Hello, everybody. Today is Everyday Grace Sunshine Chat. Today, you'll like what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about friendship. I would think when we hear that word friendship, we smile and we usually have some positive thoughts. And sometimes friendships that are past, we keep in our memories. One of the things that St. John says, I have called you friends. Imagine that's what Jesus says to us every day when he says, come follow me. Greater love than to lay down one's life for a friend. Jesus gave everything to his friends, his knowledge of his Father and also his own life. Jesus modeled that we should love without limits. I have made known to you everything I have learned from my Father. That's what Jesus gives to us. Unconditional love. Usually a friend helps us live a virtuous life. So I started to think of a friend like a good shepherd. We all need friends. Now I want you all to say that. We all need friends, especially when the storm clouds gather. We cherish those people who we know we can turn to. Very often they give us a hug, a kind word, a shoulder to lean on, or perhaps their faith to lead us and comfort us. Our love for each other may be the most unmistakable evidence of God in our lives. You see, faith and friendship go hand in hand. The Lord said, a friend loves at all times. But what does that mean to you, to me? A friend will care enough to be honest and respectful, stand with you and me in our ups and downs in life. This is a true friend. They are there in the convenient times and the inconvenient times for them. They are positive about life as they share empathy, honesty, and they show us a new and better perspective in life. Sometimes they have difficult conversations with us, the ones we don't want to hear, but perhaps we need to hear. A friend shares who they are. They share their struggles and their vulnerabilities. In other words, the friend that we have shows the human side of themselves. A friend accepts us despite our differences. We don't want all our friends to be alike. And they celebrate the you and I are called to be today and tomorrow. They respect boundaries, like, let's say we call them, they feel, I don't feel like talking. You go, okay, I'll call you back in 2 months. And they laugh, no, call me tomorrow. They value our feelings and our thoughts. A friend always wants what's best for us. They encourage us and they share better viewpoints. Friends don't abandon us. A friend is not a fair weather friend. And we know what that means. And we might have been that in our life at one time or other. And we realize that's not a good way of being a friend. They're only there in the happy times. And when something difficult comes, they turn away or walk away. Now, sometimes we describe friends in different ways. Work friends, home friends, neighborhood friends, favorite friends, school friends, club friends, community friends, church friends. But we also describe friends by virtues. A friend that's kind, generous, loving, cheerful, joyous. No one friend has all the attributes that we need. So I call this, a friend has a story. They're always honest and they help you grow. They're compassionate and kind and healthy. They love you for yourself, not for what you give them. They forgive you, even without an apology. They believe in you, they make time for you, they respect you. They affirm you in your struggles. They're like that steady anchor that I call faithfulness of spirit. They're consistent and loyal. They give more than they take. They make time for you and they're very thoughtful. You see, these friends have that wonderful everyday grace of being Jesus' love. So in John's Gospel, we also hear friendship is spoken with frankness, honesty, respect, and love. But the frankness is not spoken with harshness. The honesty does not diminish us, and the respect does not pity us, and the love always surrounds us. Jesus is and will always be the ultimate friend. but he asks us to love as he has loved. That's a wonderful gift. You and I become messengers of love. We love in unique ways, and I want you to think of Peter and John. Peter gave his life. He was a martyr, but we also know that he denied Jesus 3 times. John the beloved, who we might think was favorite, grew to his elder years and lived in the simplicity and the hiddenness of sharing Jesus' love. 2 very different personalities, but 2 good friends of Jesus. So don't compare your friends. Have a variety in different friends, for each will testify to Christ's love. Now, there's a wonderful book called The Foot Washing and the Welcome of Jesus. It talks about hospitality, space at the table, and space in the heart. What does hospitality mean? It means you welcome people as they are. What does space at the table mean? It means that you always have room for somebody. But space in the heart is the space of compassion. You and I are all called to be that wonderful space in the heart. So I say to all of you today, what kind of friend are you? So I'd like you to think of friendship. It's responsible, but it's also an opportunity to remember all of our friends are just like you and me. They're ordinary, everyday human people, but they also take the graces that God has given them and they stir them and they become the sunshine, like the sunflower, of God's love in the world. Husbands and wives become best friends. Siblings can become good friends. Friends you meet at different times in life become wonderful friends. Some friends we know are lifeline friends. But the Lord says to each one of us, treasure each friend. In other words, each friend has a place in your heart. You know, there was a sitcom years ago called Friends, and they just had a reunion. And they were talking about the sitcom where they struggled, they laughed, they wept, they were silly, they rejoiced, they got annoyed at each other, and they had questions. It was interesting that at the reunion they said after the sitcom was over, they each stayed friends for each other. And they all had some up or down time in life, and the friends were always there. In other words, like a star, not shining in the sky, but a star now shining here on earth. You see, the Lord has told us that friends are angels who lift us to our feet when our spirits have trouble remembering how to fly. So when being together is not so important as being a friend of the heart, to be a holy friend. So I say to you today, remember the words of Jesus, come follow me, be my friend. Have an everyday grace, everybody. God bless you all.